All right, guys, when we left, we did cover letters and we were supposed to do resumes when we came back. But now that we're e-learning, we're going to have to do that now. So today, I'm just going to give you a bit of a tutorial here on how to do it if you don't have one. For those of you who already have one, I still would like you to tune into this to see if there might be anything that you can still add now that it may have been a while since you've done your first one. All right, so I'm starting on our Google Classrooms page. This is stuff that I have uploaded before we left. So here's my mock job posting. I encourage you to take a look at that in case you forgot what exactly it is that we are going to be working with. And then over here, I have a resume cover letter rubric that I had posted before so that you know what I'm looking for when it comes to these cover letter and resumes. Okay, but under that, I have cover letter basics and high school resume skills. I'm going to start with that one. It's from the Balanced Career, resume skills for high school students with examples. What this site does is it's for anyone who isn't exactly sure what to put on a resume, especially if you haven't been very active. Whether, maybe you don't have a high school job or maybe you only have a few extracurriculars or something. So I'm going to click over there. Again, it starts out with just what a good communicator is and stuff. Actually, no, it doesn't start out with that. It has a table of contents, so you can click right to the section that you want. It talks about general skills that high school students have, and then it kind of breaks down some of these things that you can use if you're sort of at a loss here. Okay, so obviously one of the first things that you're going to use is your extracurricular activities. That can include sports, that can include volunteering, with all the stuff that you've done for this high school. It can include plays, setup or breakdown for any of the activities that we do here, Panacea, whatever. Okay, because you have to think of everything you do. What skills does it take to do that thing, even if it seems basic? All right. So you might think, well, yeah, I worked the Pacelli fish fries, but that doesn't take a lot of skill. It does. It means that you are able to follow directions. If you have taken on some sort of leadership role, when it comes to that, you might have leadership skills. You're able to work well on a team. And yes, it helps when you have a more pivotal role in some of these things. So if right now you're kind of the person to just, sign up and be one of the crew, that's great. But in the future, even if it's outside your comfort zone, try to look for a position that puts you a little bit in more leadership role, right? People really want to see initiative, all right? And so you need to be able to take more opportunities to show it, all right? The other things that you can use are the actual classes that you are taking, all right? So definitely use this communication class as a foundation for skills, right? Communication skills are huge. One of the things that employers always say that they're looking for in new or younger employees is the ability to, articulate problems, be able to describe them to other people, be able to, just communicate effectively with the team, right? It's kind of like a relationship. A relationship isn't going to work if the two people can't communicate and, clue each other in on what's going on. And a business can't run unless all people involved are able to communicate. So they say things like carry on a conversation, do presentations, writing research or essays, you are communicating. Also, research in and of itself is a skill. So if you feel like you are very skilled at locating information, interpreting it, analyzing it, you can definitely use that as well. You can talk about group projects that you started, collaborating. Again, that is a very 21st century skill, is collaboration, all right? Because, depending on how this e-learning stuff goes, you might have to do this kind of stuff in the future. Collaborate, especially with people outside your zone. right? Right now, my sister, her boyfriend works for a major company in Green Bay with offices around the country, and usually he travels to those offices, but he can't now. So they have to do a lot of collaboration, a lot of working together, a lot of problem solving. That's another skill you can use. All right. Also, look at keyword phrases for resumes. All right. Businesses use those, and a lot of times they have software that might scan a resume for some of those phrases. All right. So you guys can you can read the rest of this. I don't need to go over it, the whole thing with you, but figure out what you're good at, what positive traits or qualities you have, and then figure out where you can uh, bring those skills out in the things that you have done. All right. So there's that. Technology is a huge one. You guys have been born and raised with technology. So, I mean, especially if you have created a major project using technology, especially for you guys or ladies who have been using the Idea Lab and know how to work those machines, that is an amazing skill. So you might be curious then about formatting, all right, and how exactly you write this thing. Luckily, again, you're going to have to do some grunt work and find some sites that work best for you. I'm sorry, I have to scroll up. All right, but this is Indeed.com. This is a job finder website, and I like what they've done here because they have a lot of good graphics that show you what you can do. They even have a video here that I encourage you to watch. All right. So they start out saying a great resume captures the attention of a recruiting or hiring manager. It helps you stand out, but you do want to format it well so that it's not confusing. It's very clear. It's very readable. So there are actually a few different types of resumes, and they talk about them here: chronological, functional, or combination. My guess is that you guys will have combination. All right, because you're not limiting yourself to just one particular thing. All right, so here is a diagram, an example of a chronological resume. Always start out with your name and contact information. I encourage you, if you used a template from Google Docs for your cover letter, use the matching template for the resume. Usually, like, they'll have the same color or the same design, so you'll be able to just kind of transfer the information over. Here we have summary or objective. As you get into more professional careers, it's good to have these things. If you want to have a summary or objective right now, it might just be sort of a general statement, sort of like who you are in 1 or 2 sentences, right? So that's a summary of you. An objective is like a statement saying like what you hope to achieve to do. It's like to work with other people and create a friendly working environment for customers and clients or whatever it is. Okay, that was an off-the-cuff example. All right, but chronological, it focuses mainly on your work history. All right, some people like to see the continuity of work. So what's your most recent job? What's the next most recent job? Chronological is a really good one for if you're already in your field. So if I ever wanted to go get another teaching job, I would probably do more of a chronological one. All right, well, I mean, to start with. Okay, so it talks about it's a good choice for anyone who wants to show consistent advancing career path. So yeah, it says if you spent the past several years in the same industry and each role was more senior than the last, so if you've been getting promotion, etc. Here's the functional resume. Again, it has your contact information, the summary, areas of experience, etc. But this one is more focused on, rather than the jobs you've held, it's the skills you possess. All right. I hope you're noticing the formatting on most of these things. So we got your name, biggest, boldest, section headers in bold or possibly a different color depending on your template. And then I'm going to show you another resource that shows this, but each skill or thing you start with is in the past tense, and it is a strong verb, right? So created, answered, exceeded, right? So starting with those verbs really, I mean, it lets the employer kind of glance at what you have done as they scan across the left side of the page. And then if they see a verb that they, are definitely looking for, so they want people who create things. They want people who are self-starters, who get things done. So they see created as like, ooh, what did they create? Customer service, email scripts, single-handedly created customer service representative training manual. The only thing I would say about this one that I would change is each of these things, like created customer service email scripts, created customer service representative training, I would bullet point those just so it's not a big chunk of paragraph. Bullet points are your friend. For you guys, though, especially take a look at the combination resume. Again, name, contact, summary. But it has both your skills and abilities and your professional experience. Now, it says professional experience is the largest chunk of this. If you feel stronger with your skills and abilities, it can be bigger, right? Especially you're in high school, maybe you only had one job. But it also allows for your education. So this is where you'd put like relevant classes and projects that you've done. It has the awards. So when you are going to be turning a resume into me, I'm going to be looking for this combination resume, right? And then the last thing I want to show you, right? This is, and I will provide these resources for you again on Google Classroom. This is basically a template that you can look at to kind of format yours around. The thing that is a little bit disappointing with this e-learning is normally I would give you these things, kind of send you off to write a resume, and some of you, you'd be just fine doing this. Some of you, you might need a little assistance. And it's a little too bad that, I can't be right there saying, oh, you should say this and this and this and this. Probably I will have an opportunity for like resubmissions and stuff. But as long as you follow this basic format, I mean, it can look a little different, but your name, your contact information, and then these different categories. So your education or your work history, your experience, your activities, any certifications or skills. All right. And then with this screen, I'll show you exactly how the formatting works here. Okay. So again, you have your major category. So they're talking about their education. They are highlighting their major accomplishment with that education. Okay. But you notice underneath, they say they got a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. They say where they got it from and where that college or school is. So Michigan State University in East Lansing, high school diploma, North Street High School in a city in Michigan. For you guys, I will say, like, if you want to put that you already have your high school diploma, you can do that. So say high school diploma, Pacelli Catholic High School, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And then the month and year you got it, right? So this is all going to be consistent. So what the experience down here, what the experience is, where it came from, the months, like the span of dates that you got it from. Excuse me. And then any relevant information under that. So like things they did as senior class vice president are in bullet points. The past tense verbs. So served, facilitated, spearheaded, oversaw. All right. One sentence. That's all you need. You don't need to explain any further than that because that's stuff that you would explain in the interview, right? Everything that you list that has years on it, you go from most recent to past, right? So this one, May 2017, or it could be present or ongoing or whatever. So 2017, 2016, 2017, 2015, 2015, 2014, it goes back in time. Same with the activities, 2017, 2015, it goes back in time, all right? So if you remember nothing else, have clear headers, bolded or different colored or set apart headers, locations, months and day, and bullet pointed with past tense verbs, okay? So for today, all I'm going to have you do for an assignment is go through these things, get yourself familiarized, and then tomorrow I will assign maybe a portion of a resume and kind of do it in chunks over the next day or two, just so that you don't feel like you're turning in, something that you just